Hey, everybody, it's Michael, and welcome to Carolina Off Grid. I've got an exciting guest speaker today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my beautiful wife, Melody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me today.
Hey, and a lot of you guys have never seen Melody on one of our videos before, but I started my business in about 2013 doing solar energy in Texas, and now we're nationwide. And Melody has seen the success, seen the failures, seen the learning curve, and recently decided of her own accord that she wanted to jump in and help the family business. And thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, what on earth convinced you to do solar? And it wasn't really your own idea, not just mine.
Well, really, when we were first married, we tried to do solar together and it did not work at all. I'm not a salesperson, I'm an educator. And so, but also it was really honestly our first year of marriage and we just had a few kinks to work out. And so now 5 years, not 5 years later, 5 kids later, about 10 years later, we are growing our family business and growing our family. And so I guess what really, I mean, it's a good investment. I've always known it was a good investment, but also just wanting to do the family business, teach our children how to do business because we educate at home.
Yeah, that's great. So why solar? Why would someone put solar on their house? I don't want any holes in my roof. I've already got enough.
Well, it's about energy freedom and profiting. Really, it's going to save you thousands of dollars most of the time if it's a good fit. And so why solar? Because your utility rates are going up and the cost of solar has gone down. And so we're at that place now where that's why millions of Americans are switching to solar because it saves them money. And if you want insurance, if the grid goes down, a battery backup is it's great for your home. And the cost of that has gone down significantly in the last 2 years. And so we're seeing about a third of our customers choosing battery backup. And of course, you're going to have a grid tied system either way, but it's just added security. If you want the lights to turn on when the storm comes through, solar battery is a great way to help with that.
Yeah. And I always use the analogy of like renting versus owning. You're in a rental agreement for the rest of your life with the utility company, and you have to write them a blank check and pay anything they ask. Most of you are old enough to where you've seen your utility bill double multiple times. They're going to keep multiplying. I use the analogy of like a Roth IRA. If you young folks start a Roth IRA when you're in your early 20s and get a decent interest rate, you'll be a millionaire when you retire. Guess what? That's what your utility company is doing to you. They're raising the rates incrementally, little by little. Last year, the national average was 15% is how much someone's utility rate went up on average. So those little rate hikes add up to a lot. So your $100, $200 utility bill someday will be $500, $600, $700. We don't want you to do that. With solar, you get a fixed low payment. We have payment plans. You can do cash. You don't have to do a down payment. We've got plenty of ways to get you involved. And when it's paid off, you've got free electricity probably for the rest of your natural life. A panel has a 30-year extended warranty, but there are panels that are definitely built to last 40, 50 years plus. So what are some things you've kind of been learning about solar, as it relates to the economy right now, inflation, things like that?
Well, for one, it's a great investment. We can lock in your rate, like you said. A lot of it's really straightforward. The concept is really straightforward and simple, and it's been around for a long time. So they're built to last. It's solid state technology, so you can have a solar panel last 50 years. And once you've paid off your system, you're getting free energy. And it's really low maintenance, which is great. Like we love all kinds of green energy. Windmills are awesome. The benefit of solar is that it is solid state technology.
Yeah. And the only way you can truly be self-sufficient when it comes to electricity, a generator has lots of moving parts. A standby generator requires propane fuel, diesel fuel, something like that. It has a bunch of moving parts. Even in a nice Generac or like a Honeywell generator, the whole thing has a lead acid battery, like a Walmart battery. If that cheap, junky little made in China battery fails, guess what happens?
It doesn't work and you don't have power.
Nothing, right? If the carburetor breaks, what happens? If your little air filter breaks, if your belt, hose, fan, fuse, spark plug, it's very old technology, a generator. Solar is better in every meaningful way. In fact, during a hurricane, if you have a generator, how much fuel do you have? Like 2 or 3 days of electricity, then you're done. No way post hurricane are you going to get propane delivered quickly to your house. And now, what about an extended disaster? What about a worst case scenario? A crap hits the fan situation. That's what the preppers always say. So you're not prepared. I'm telling you, what do you call a prepper without solar? Unprepared. Because you might say to me, oh, I'm tough. I can live without electricity. I don't need that. Yeah, what about your wife, bro? I promise you, you'd rather have her stick around. And I'm telling you, a lot of people have never lived without air conditioning for more than a week or two, and that's camping. So electricity is important. You don't want your house getting full of mold, and that's what will happen if you cannot keep humidity under control.
Well, and just to add to that, we lived in Wilmington for a bit, and they had the hurricane come through before we lived there.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them were out of power for maybe 6 months. It was not uncommon to talk to someone who had experienced that. So what a solar backup could do in that situation is keep the lights on and really help clean up your house. Because like you had someone you knew that had a lot of mold issues because they weren't able to get to the house and they didn't have electricity or anything for months.
Yeah, that's right. So this is not just some hippie thing. This is not some liberal or conservative thing. I've been in solar for a long time. I used to be a partner in an engineering company, and I'm telling you, the engineers who make this industry amazing, they don't care about politics. This has nothing to do with who you voted for. And if you're hearing a lot of negative talk online about batteries and EV cars and solar panels, don't be deceived. Don't buy all the hype, even if the hype is coming from a person that you trust. I don't care if Dan Bongino or somebody told you that solar is bad. He's wrong. Whoever your little expert is, they're wrong. They're not right. They're incorrect. Solar is a great investment. Millions of people are switching to solar. Millions of wealthy people are flocking to solar because it's smart money. You can do the math. We can create a proposal. We'll create a custom estimate. It'll show you all the projections out to 25 years, how much you'll profit on it. And this is also an insurance policy. You're basically doing everything you can to guarantee that the lights will stay on, that the food in the fridge will stay cold. If you have a medical device like a CPAP machine, you want that thing to work. If you have a medical bed that goes up and down, you want it to work. What if your garage door doesn't work or your well pump? I want the water in your well to pump. Solar can make that happen. You can afford this if you have a good job, good sunlight on your roof, not too much tree shade, and a good credit score. That's what it takes for homeowners to get qualified. A 650 credit score, a decent job. You don't have to be rich. We can make it happen. We've got lots of payment plans and options. And I want to encourage you to get prepared. I believe perilous times are coming. I believe the economy is headed in a downward spiral. I think Congress is doing a terrible job. They're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine while doing almost nothing to help our infrastructure. You know, they just passed that $1.7 trillion infrastructure bill. I read a report that said almost none of it went to the infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Our bridges are crumbling. The highways are really rough. Our government is petty and they're pathetic. And it's a lot like Rome in the final days of the Roman Empire, where it crumbled. It was decadence. It was wasteful spending. We are in those days when identity politics are more important than simple, infrastructure. So we care about you. We want to help you. Solar is something you definitely need to look at. Our website is carolinaoffgrid.com. We usually don't check the private messages on all of the little websites. So we use a lot of different video sharing sites with this one video. So please don't just comment on this or message us on the platform. Please reach out to carolinaoffgrid.com. That's the one source where we get all of the updates instantly to our phone. Because it would be a whole part-time job just keeping up with the 10 or 15 different news platforms like Twitter and Facebook and Rumble and all those. And they're all good. We appreciate all those platforms. But any parting words of wisdom before we wrap it up?
Oh, just that this is a great investment. You were saying wasteful spending. We don't want to spend our resources on things that aren't proven. Solar is proven. We've had it for over 50 years. And so I would just encourage you to reach out. We would love to see if it's a good fit for you and see how we can help you. So
that's right. So give us a call or send us a message. We would love to get a free estimate for your home. We use satellite software and weather history data to create a custom report. We'll give you a free copy of that report after your consultation. And we usually do those over the phone or a Zoom call. So let's talk, and I hope you have a great day. God bless you.